Charlotte, North Carolina, Jacksonville on the road leading by 2 touchdowns. Craig Bolerjack back along with Beasley Reese. Now, a lot of the talk, Mark Brunell, how solid was he at the quarterback position? He has solidified that by any stretch of the imagination in the first 2 quarters of play. In fact, let's take you back to the last play just before halftime. I was talking about, well, we're going to get field position maybe for a field goal opportunity. There's Edwards with the first touchdown. And then just before half, Brunell decides he's going to roll out Beasley, and he finds Hatchett for 6.
Hatchett breaks out, recognizes that his quarterback is scrambling for his life, turns it up, turns it into a out and go, and it was just a perfect strike. And you know what? We might have a change of quarterback for Carolina. Rodney Peete has his hat on, his baseball cap on. That's the wrong hat. And Jake Delhoune had his helmet on and was warming up, Craig, like a man with a purpose.
Indeed. Brunell and company will have the football to start this 3rd quarter, and they have a 14-0 lead. Lewis underneath at the 6-yard line. At the 20, Lewis to the 29-yard line.
We have great returners in this game. Lewis has run back 5 or 6 touchdowns in his career. Steve Smith on the other side for Carolina has run back a couple and has had a couple of real nice returns today. So special teams coaches doing a real good job. But there's the man right there, Mark Brunell. I love it when a guy is challenged, his feet are put to the fire, his very career questioned, and then he comes out and answers.
Says a lot about his personality. First and 10. Jacksonville, they'll start on the ground with a pitch out. Taylor, who had a fine first half, met by Minter, the strong safety.
Now, I ask sports fans, who cuts back better than Fred Taylor? Honestly, in the entire league. I mean, Marshall Faulk makes dramatic cuts, but Fred Taylor dances through the interior, has a vision that I haven't seen since, and you know what, this is blasphemous what I'm about to say, but I haven't seen since looking at highlights of Gale Sayers. That's the kind of cuts that this man can make. He's absolutely gorgeous with a football.
And Beasley, that's an interesting point because he's not a scat back. I mean, this is a power guy at 235 pounds with those quick feet. 2nd down. Play action, rolling out. Brunell chased. Little stop and go. Look at that. Head to the sideline smartly, close to a first down. Believe he got it at the 40, and Minter, the strong safety, was there to intimidate.
Yeah, if you look at Mark's right knee, you can see that he's wearing a brace, and he stopped running a couple of years ago. I'll never forget a few years back, he beat Denver by himself almost in the playoffs with about a 40 or 50-yard run. This guy is one of the great mobile quarterbacks in the league. He had to go away from it because of soreness in that knee over the last couple of years. Today, we are seeing that old Mark Brunell.
A birthday coming up, by the way, for Brunell. September 17th, he'll hit the 33 spot. Quick hitter, Taylor. Oh, he's got speed in this week 1, doesn't he?
Yeah, who cuts better? I know that I'm getting ridiculous with this, but who cuts? Who can run sideways while cutting?
Very few.
Very few. Let me see you do it.
No. Can't.
Those are magic feet. You look at the magic.
Got him taped up.
Now look, tell me who can make this cut. You know, you look at home. See that little sideways skip up in there for about 4 or 5 extra yards? That's why he's special.
2nd down and 2. Brady, the tight end, in motion. Quick throw, far sideline. Pitch and catch. Jermaine Lewis. Stopped by Dan Morgan. Now Lewis, of course, he's the kick man. They'll sneak him in on occasion because of the flash of speed. And Lewis, a little guy at 5'7", 8 years out of Maryland, 11-yard pickup.
Well, we have to congratulate, to this point, Jacksonville Jaguars offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave. This game plan, and Kenny Anderson, the quarterback coach, this game plan is absolutely awesome. They are utilizing talent, you know, to get the ball to Lewis, who's a very quick person on that little pitch out play, is just absolutely excellent.
Things started slow for Jacksonville, still trying to implement new offense. They've shown a lot of different formations. How about the razzle-dazzle? Brunell on the pitch back. Now he throws. Luzar, the tight end, and he is banged out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Julius Peppers, oh, he's active all day long. Gets a nice shot on 89.
Now, once again, this is Mark Brunell. The play was covered very well by Carolina back in the secondary. So the razzle-dazzle, dipsy-doodle didn't really work. But the reason they get a lot out of it is because number 8 can use his legs and throw on the run and find somebody. Then watch at the end of this, Julius Peppers. Oh, my God. You don't want to get hit by that, boy.
Peppers, 283. Luzar's no small man. He's at 262. Second down, call it 2. Carolina showing blitz. Another quick toss, far sideline. The stiff arm by Stokes. First down at the 31-yard line, and J.J. able to stiff arm Reggie Howard before the tackle.
You know, J.J. is a big man. He's long-legged, long arms. And look at this. That's a pretty good little move. That's a very safe play. It's almost like a run when the cornerbacks are in zone and playing off of the wide receiver. That's a gimme there, of course. Pro quarterbacks and receivers can do that all day.
I haven't seen that stat in a long time. That must have a mismatch. 13th first down for Jacksonville. Only 1 so far in this game for Carolina. Little delay. Fred Taylor. Dan Morgan makes the stop.
Jacksonville has really got it going offensively right now. They found a couple of formations that work. These spread formations are working. The rollout is working. And so now it's up to Carolina to figure out a way to counter this. You know, how do you stop a mobile quarterback from rolling out and from improvising and making plays?
Well, we got one tight end near side. Luzar at 6'7" at the 30-yard line. He'll go in motion. Again, the pitch. Taylor hops and skips, finds a seam. And again, I know, Beast, go ahead and take it.
Look, no, save me from myself.
How many
Don't even
backs
let me talk.
in the National Football League can cut back like Fred Taylor?
And end up getting, you know, a little positive yardage out of a play that was absolutely dead. That's a Pro Bowler, folks. Take a look at it. Now, you tell me this is not a dead play. There's 3 defenders to the outside. He skips, hesitates, and then, as you said, Craig, he turns into the power back. He morphs in the power back and picks up 2 or 3 yards.
9th play of this drive. 3rd down and 4. Cofield has replaced Taylor, but a timeout called by Brunell. His first of the half. 9:32 remaining 3rd quarter. Jacksonville up by 14 and moving.
My mother said she wanted to come visit us.
Great.
She said she sent you like 20 emails and you didn't respond once.
Huh. Really? I didn't receive a single email from her. I don't know why she would say such a thing.
Really?
Look.
AOL's new adaptive spam controls remarkably learn which emails you want to get.
It's not a single email from her.
And which ones you don't.
Is she doing okay?
Life needs filters.
A classic SEC showdown. Lou Holtz leads South Carolina into Georgia to take on David Green and the Bulldogs next Saturday on CBS.
This telecast. Audience, any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
You're looking at Ken Anderson, one of the great quarterbacks in NFL history. He's the quarterback's coach for the Jaguars. Are doing one heck of a job. And Bill Musgrave, the offensive coordinator, these guys have found something that's working.
How about that quarterback rating? 121 and change. Brunell, Beasley, he's hit 13 of his last 13 passes. A streak, 146 yards. Cofield crashes off the right side, picks up a couple, short of the first down.
I've called a lot of Jacksonville games, and when this team has Fred Taylor healthy and dancing, Mark Brunell and the offense become prolific. It really does. As much as I love Mark, this offense is centered around the running of Fred Taylor. When Fred's running, you have to be so careful on defense that Mark will just kill you.
Seth Marler will try the field goal. They'll place it down at the 31-yard line. 48 yards, and it's true. Marler perfect in the preseason, 1 for 1 here in the regular season. 17-0 on the road, Jacksonville.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 38. Circuit City, we're with you. And by Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Back in Erickson Stadium, Jacksonville, 10 plays. They go 49 yards, 6 minutes off the clock. And Brunell continues to impress. He was 3 for 3 on that drive, Beasley, for 22 yards. Short kick. Fumble. Carolina recovers. Hankton covered up, and a new quarterback. Pete's out. Delhomme in. Breaking the huddle for Carolina, Jake Delhomme, 5-year pro out of Louisiana Lafayette, replaces Rodney Peete. Stephen Davis reaches out close to a first down, and just like that, a spark. And as we are away to break, Beasley, the applause that Jake got, pretty impressive. But of course, Pete struggling in this first half and part of the third quarter. Pete's numbers on the day: 4 of 10, 19 yards.
Yeah, it was a warm reception. Jake is 6'2", 215 in his 5th year out of Louisiana Lafayette. Had a super preseason, as did Chris Winkie, the number 3 quarterback of this team.
Delhomme passed for 267 yards. A pair of touchdowns was not picked. Big hole, Davis. Boy, look at that. All of a sudden, and you know what? We've seen it many times, Beasley, when quarterback changes are made, offensives respond. And this time, 2 quick hitters, Davis rumbling for big yards, and they had trouble in the first half with first downs, only 1. That's their 3rd in this third quarter.
Yeah, there's no telling what the statement that they're making means.
You know, it's not too late to sign up for NFL.com fantasy football. Just log on to NFL.com or on America Online, enter keyword NFL.com and sign up today. Ricky Poole in motion, 2nd down and short. Up the middle. First down and more to the 41-yard line. Mike Peterson on the stop of Davis. Delhomme coming in, instant offense. But really, Beasley, it's simple stuff. Straight ahead football, push my line, I'll push yours.
Yeah, well, Delhomme has done nothing but hand off. But like you said, for some reason, it has ignited the offensive line. They're opening some holes.
Davis now 11 carries for 57 yards. First down from the 41. Delhomme, the first pass, throws it up. Man coverage, flags are down inside the 15-yard line. He wanted Steve Smith, and there was contact. Jason Kraft had him man-to-man.
Smith can run.
Pass interference. Number 29, defense. First down.
And Beasley, just like that, a couple of big runs by Davis, and now this flag thrown on Kraft, and Carolina moving the football at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, Kraft had the left arm extended, keeping Smith from running around him. You know, it's hard. I'm an old defensive back. It's hard for me to give up a pass interference call, but that was one.
I'm surprised. I am surprised. I formation, play action, Delhomme. Oh, what a shot right down the middle. Muhammad, touchdown, Carolina. That was on a string.
That was on a rope. It was low, and it was hard. We might be seeing the start of something big here, Carolina. Fans love it.
Muhsin Muhammad, 8 years out of Michigan State, had 3 touchdowns last year, picks up his first in week 1 here in 2003. The extra point, John Casey. Boy, energy level totally different as Delhomme finds Muhammad.
I think
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM, official information technology partner of the NFL, and by Visa. If you love the NFL, it's everywhere you want to be.
Well, a shift of momentum here in Carolina. Musa Muhammad, 13-yard touchdown reception from Delhomme, who just checked in. They go 4 plays, Beasley, 64 yards, 2 minutes and change off the clock. Lewis on a short kick at the 16. Heads near side. Flags are down. Another move, and he's popped and dropped at the 30. Flag at the 21.
Boy, it is amazing what one move can do for a football team. Delhomme came in and absolutely ignited.
Holding number 40 of the receiving team during the return.
Let's take a look at Musa Muhammad on the touchdown. This is a beautiful isolation play. He gets outside of the linebacker on a zone. This is a zone coverage. So it is incumbent upon the quarterback, who is fired up after the throw, to make a very tight throw into tight spots in that zone. And Delhomme did it.
Crowd very much in this game.
Panthers first half drives, 36 yards, 1 turnover.
They go 64 on that drive in 4 plays.
Beautiful.
Brunell, the lefty, feels pressure, steps up, ball batted up, flags are down. Who got it? Looked like Meester, a lineman's dream.
Yeah, it was a diving catch, too. It looked like a svelte wide receiver.
Johnny Greer and his crew huddles.
Pass interference. Number 55. Defense. First down.
So Dan Morgan flagged for pass interference.
And it wipes out Meester's reception. Look at your center, number 63, right in the middle. He's blocking, he's working. But look at the reaction from the big man. All hands, too. Tight end action.
He just felt 290.
Yeah, beautiful. Nice midsection.
Brunell up the middle on the draw, not much. Maybe a yard to the 16-yard line. Dan Morgan rights the wrong. At least he tries. Got some help from Chris Jenkins.
Mike Minter came in there with a nice little hit as well.
Beasley, I think it's safe to say this new offense for Jacksonville, very much to the liking of Fred Taylor. They're going to move him around all season long.
He loves it. He loves it. Mark is still learning it. And he looks pretty good today. He's got a passing grade today.
Taylor. Strong yards to the 21-yard line. Jenkins again in on the stop. Well, Monday, Dave's all new with the very funny Jack Black. And later this week, make sure you stick around. Guests like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Sharon Stone. Dave's all new all this week right here on CBS, America's most watched network. Jacksonville 4 of 9 on third down conversions. 5 minutes left in this quarter. Shotgun. Brunell, 4 wide receivers. Third down 3. Watch out. Pressure from the corner. Brunell throws incomplete. He was surprised. I think the snap count was wrong.
No, they were surprised. It's so loud here. These Carolina fans became a 12th man there.
He stepped up a bit, didn't he, to hear better?
Yeah, he stepped up, and so the distance between. Let's take a look at this in slow motion. See, he's still yelling. Center can't hear him. And Carolina fans did a great job there.
Steve Smith back to receive the punt from Chris Hansen. at his own 6-yard line. Carolina should get good field position. Good snap. The left footer sends it high. Smith at the 41. Good special teams coverage.
Yeah, good job.
Jacksonville only gives up a 1-yard return after the 38-yard kick. Delhomme and company back at it when we come back to Carolina. Carolina has trimmed that Jacksonville lead to 10. They have the football, good field position. Craig Bolerjack, Beasley Reese, our CBS crew here in Carolina. Davis, the running back. Little miscue on the snap. Flags are down.
Now, if Delhomme tricked the defensive line, which it looks like he did, I'm just too impressed. So you come off the floor, you lead your team to a touchdown, come back first series, and you trick the Jaguars defensive line into being offside. Let's see if that's what happened.
Neutral zone infraction. Left
Good
defensive
eyes,
end.
Where you go,
5
Jake.
yards. Still first down.
You go, boy. How about that? Now, that's a veteran move.
He had a terrific preseason. You know, they brought him over, signed him from the Saints as an unrestricted free agent. And he's been battling Winky for that 2 spot. Chris Winky. Davis cuts back inside. First down at the 45. Donovan Darius, the strong safety. He plays like a linebacker. In fact, when they have those 8 men in a box, he'll sneak up and really plug things up. How about Stephen Davis over the last 4 years?
Look at the names ahead of him, and only by a few yards. Curtis Martin, Dillon, Marshall Faulk, Ricky Wood. Those are that's a group of superstars. And Davis is having one super game today. 64 yards already.
Dome throws.
I don't like that, Jake.
Got the pressure from Peterson. Number 54 cracks a little smile.
Yeah, he's smiling because he knows he should have just thrown the ball into the dirt, or he should have thrown the ball away. You don't end up flipping this ball up to be intercepted. Momentum could have been lost here. So you don't do that.
I believe Peterson got a paw on that one.
Yeah, he did. He did, but still, I'm saying in rhythm, if it's not there, throw it away. You got your team clicking right now.
Peterson, an interesting story. 4 years with the Colts. He played outside in Indianapolis. They move him inside. How durable can he be in 16 weeks in this league? We shall see. Davis. Oh, he took a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jaguars. And Stroud put the big blow on Stephen Davis. They're going to move the chains at the 20, called at the 34-yard line.
Well, I like the way Delhomme sucked the defense in by looking downfield and then just dropped it over. And that gave Davis a lot of time and a lot of room to do his little deal there.
8th year out of Auburn.
Back at home.
Spent 7 with the Redskins. Ran for over 5,700 yards in Washington. He's getting plenty of carries today. Second effort past the 30 to the 29. Davis a load at 230.
You know, we were talking to him yesterday, and he talked about being back at home. They train in Spartanburg. He played for Spartanburg High School and did tremendous things there. He talked about going back to the Beacon Drive-In and being able to eat at the places he ate where he was a kid. He said you can only go once a week, though. It's too much grease.
French fries, the chili cheeseburger.
Yeah, I think it's all under one bun. Everything you can name.
I think so.
Oh, that sounds dangerous. It's working, though. Look at him run.
Delhomme throws. Foster out of the backfield. Sticks arms down the sideline. Pushed out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 22-yard line. Unbelievable turn of events here in Carolina since Delhomme shows up as quarterback.
Can you believe that you can just identify when the momentum changed? Delhomme walks in, and all of a sudden this is a different offensive team. And the defense played better. And the fans are better here in town.
On the move again, another first down. Coming up on 2 minutes left, third quarter. Muhammad in motion. Delhomme throws. It's caught, not much. They're going to mark the progress for Smith at the 23.
Now we'll see how smart Delhomme is. This is that area in the football field where experienced quarterbacks know we've got points. We got 3. Let's not mess this thing up. If it's not there, I'm going to throw it out of bounds. I'm going to throw it out of the end zone. I'm going to make sure that I do nothing to give up field position here. I bet Coach Fox is pretty satisfied with his decision, his halftime decision to switch quarterback.
Davis in the backfield. Mangum in motion. Davis never got a chance to get started on that carry as he's dropped to the 21. He'll pick up a couple. Danny Clark was there, 55 for Jacksonville. Under a minute now left in this third quarter. Well, you put some points on the board here. The final 15 going to be very interesting.
Real nice.
And remember, Carolina with a prolific kicker, 13-year pro, John Casey.
Last of the remaining guys.
Delhomme steps back, good protection. Ball may have been tipped. Caught! Flags are down. Inside the 1-yard line, and guess who? Muhammad.
Yeah, but this could be offensive.
That's what
this could be. I think he pushed off. Yeah, he did.
Johnny Greer with the call. So take away the catch for Musa Muhammad.
Pass
All right, we got. Oh, look at my crew. We got him isolated one-on-one. There's a push-off. It's an obvious hook and throw to get the defender out of the way.
That's a wrestling move.
You can't do Fernando, Brian. We talked to Fernando yesterday.
Yes.
He's a nice guy. You can't do Fernando like that.
You know, in man-to-man, he says, is my thing. He likes he likes the challenge of the man-to-man. But how about that wrestling move?
Well, he doesn't like it when you hook him and throw him out of the way.
No.
Hey, but you know what? I'm not mad at Musa Muhammad about it. You got to do what you got to do.
You would have been quick to point a finger, wouldn't you, back in the day?
Yeah, I'd have been crying. I'd have been screaming and pointing. Great job by the crew, the officiating crew down there.
Delhomme with 4 ticks left just gets the play off for the final play of the third quarter. Out of trouble, but could not escape the grasp of Henderson. 98 moving at 6'7", 330. That ends the third quarter. 17-7 our score. We'll be back to Carolina after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
What's he doing at that computer? Buying shares in IBM? No, betting on the 49ers. The internet is a gambling casino. Tonight.
Crescent Ford Trucks, the truck authority, is proud to celebrate Ford's 100th anniversary. A lot of things have changed over the past 100 years, but one thing that has remained the same is Crescent Ford Trucks' dedication to serving the Ford truck buyers. And the tradition continues with the all-new, totally redesigned F-150, now at Crescent Ford Trucks. For 100 years, Ford has been dedicated to automotive excellence, and that's what you can expect every day. At Crescent Ford Trucks on Jefferson Highway, down the street from Oshie. After all, they are the truck authority.
And
Win yet?
No, that's Don King gone mad.
You see the scoring by quarters. Scoreless in the first, 17-0. Headed going into the third after the field goal by Marler. This one, Casey connects. 49 yards. Oh, he still has leg after 13 years in this league. It's a 7-point game in Carolina.
With one of the toughest serves in tennis, the resilient American Andy Roddick shoots for his first Grand Slam against Juan Carlos Ferrero. The U.S. Open men's final after football on CBS.
Casey connects, 17-10, 49-yard field goal. They go 9 plays. Beasley 26 yards, 4 minutes, 39 seconds off the clock.
It's a whole new game. Whole new game.
Back to receive from Casey, Jermaine Lewis, and LeBrandon Toefield. Opening week in the National Football League. Smith at the 9. Lost his footing, could not recover, down to the 20. You know, looking at the field before this game, there are some soft spots.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty field, but there are some soft spots on it.
Well, coming up after football, the world's toughest tennis reaches its dramatic conclusion. Juan Carlos Ferrero meeting Andy Roddick, A-Rod, in the men's final of the U.S. Open here on CBS. And for more, go to cbs.sportsline.com. America Online, just enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
A-Rod came back from 2 sets down last night. Pulling for him.
Well, there's been rain would not go away in New York all week long. Finally cleared up. Crowd really buzzing. Taylor stacked up. 55 was there. Dan Morgan.
The momentum change is clear since they made a change at quarterback. And if this defense, which is supposed to be dominating this football game, can step up now, the flip in emotion will be complete.
Last year's last year. The Carolina #2 defense in the National Football League. Brunell steps up, throws near sideline. It's cut. Hatchett, who had the touchdown of 33 yards, is knocked out of bounds, but a flag down could be a face mask.
Yeah, Hatchett, you say who's he? He led NFL Europe in receiving during the offseason. That's when they play. Getting a great opportunity here. What I like about Mark Brunell on that throw, he threw it away from the defender, giving Hatchett plenty of room to work his pattern.
He's on the sideline, 81. Looks like a right shoulder they're looking at.
Personal foul, number 81, offense, face mask.
It makes you wonder why he would have to do this. This is the receiver that they're calling it on. It's a beautiful throw, leading him away. The stiff arm, you have to let, you know what? I believe his finger got caught in there.
I agree.
I don't agree with that call.
Took a hard hit.
Yeah, it was a stiff arm that it looked like his hand got caught and he pulled it out immediately.
29 years of age. You mentioned his stardom in Europe, had 61 catches for nearly 800 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Listen to this crowd.
Brunell throws complete. Edwards, the fullback, not much. Wrapped up. Reggie Howard at the 19.
We talked about defense last year. This is a team, the Carolina Panthers, that did not allow a 300-yard passing day all season long. They only allowed one runner to rush for over 100 yards. And that was the kid McAllister in New Orleans, and that was the last game of the year when the playoffs were out of question.
Big third down. Brunell under pressure. Buying time and steps out of bounds. He'll lose 5 back at the 16-yard line. Michael Rucker.
There are fights. There are fights all over the football field. See, there's a rivalry. How many miles is it between Jacksonville and 360-some miles?
It's a good day's drive, but it's not far.
But it's
about
close
340.
enough. It's close enough for you to be mad.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah. So they're developing a little rivalry here, and you can see it.
You know, remember, both teams came into the league expansion granted back in '93.
And that'll make you mad. They came in here together.
Yeah. Blocked! Rod Smart blocked the punt. How smart was that?
He hate me. They love him. Now there's a flag, but let me throw a stat at you. Jacksonville did not allow a ball to be blocked all season last year, nor a kick to be returned for a touchdown. So it's super special teams in Jacksonville, and here's a punt blocked.
Will it stand? Johnny Greer.
We have illegal kicking in the end zone by number 2, offense. The penalty will be declined. The result of the play is a safety.
Whoa! What a game!
"12 unanswered points. The block by Smart. And the safety. We'll be back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nextel Direct Connect Walkie-Talkie. Connect instantly from coast to coast. The New York Stock Exchange. The world puts its stock in us. And by Pizza Hut. Football and Pizza Hut, a winning combination. Gather round the good stuff.
There's been all Carolina in the second half. 12 unanswered points.
And because of the safety, Carolina will probably get great field position. Here we go.
Handsome, beautiful punt. Great hang time. Smith at the 11. Smith heads near sideline. Watch out. Got a wall at the 40, 45. And bumped hard at the 48-yard line. That is a dangerous man.
First of all, this punt is absolutely unbelievable. That punt was exactly what Jacksonville needed, but they didn't get the coverage. You know, I talked about midfield. They're almost at the 50.
Now, you talk about a punt, 70 yards.
I told you, that punt was incredible.
38-yard return. Boy, Stephen Davis, since Delhomme checked in at quarterback, the front line of Donley, Mitchell, the rookie Jordan Gross from Utah, opening huge holes against Stroud and Henderson up front.
You know, we have to pay attention to what's happening to Stroud and Henderson, because this ball is being stuffed down the middle of this defense. So these tremendous #1 draft choices have better step up.
Again, the pitch. Big holes, picking his way through Davis. Unbelievable holes opening up at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Carolina. A gain of 11.
Tremendous running backs. At the point of attack, this is well defensed. This is a man's ability to have vision. They're cutting back the running side. And I'm talking about Fred Taylor and Stephen Davis. We are seeing two fantastic running backs, and Davis is having one heck of a day in his return home.
Deshaun Foster checks in the backfield for Davis. He'll take the pitch, working right side, swings to the 30, to the 29. Adele, number 51, with the tackle. Boy, Foster, impressive. Injured that left knee against New England in the preseason a year ago. Did not play in 2002. Terrific career, though, Beasley at UCLA. Nearly 3,200 yards. That's still 3rd all-time.
He's a fantastic player. I mean, a great comeback. He's put in a lot of work, and you can see it paying off.
Uh-oh. Took his eyes before he took his eyes off that ball. Did not tuck it. He was looking for a hole and nearly lost the pigskin. Brackens and Stroud were there.
Okay, let's not pump him up. let's stop talking about him. You know, he was doing great till we started bringing up his stats and patting him on the back.
I think he's got some family here because he was born here in Charlotte.
Oh, he's got family here. He's probably got section 123.
John Fox looking on. 0 for 8 is Carolina on first downs. There's a floater up for grabs. Picked off. Intercepted by the rookie, Rasheem Mathis.
That was horrible. There's nothing else you can say about that. That's a decision that will haunt him all night long. You don't throw that ball up in the air.
First professional pick by the rookie, and it stops Carolina.
Hi, Tom. I know it's your first day, but we could really use your help.
One thing Jack Del Rio wanted to do with this team was increase team speed, especially defensively, and they picked up Rasheem Mathis in the second round. 4.3 speed, and he just had his first pro pick to slow down Carolina. Let's see what Jacksonville can do as this crowd continues to stand on their feet. Under 10 minutes left.
Let's take a look back at the interception. I just don't believe the throw. I don't believe that you can throw this ball. He had like a fit. He lost his mind, Delhomme, when he threw this ball. Now, Foster, you talk about his speed. My mother could intercept that. I mean, that's like catching a punt. That will haunt that young man.
You know what?
Speaking of Jake, the quarterback.
Even at your age, you could still have picked that ball.
My mother's 74. She works out every day. She could have picked that up.
Brunell trying to get some running room. Taylor stuffed up, not much, at the 10-yard line. That will bring up third down. You know what, though? Bees, you had a little edge to you before the game, and here you are about 10:35 this morning.
Oh, man, why?
Yeah, out here, look at that.
Oh.
One hand pick.
Why y'all showing the old man?
In the parking lot.
I would have put a shirt on if I'd known you were going to show that.
So you still got it. You can still one-hand it.
Yeah, I look a little flabby there, though. I'm going to have to get in the gym.
They're down at 7. Jermaine Lewis in motion. Brunell steps up. Wanted to slant. Couldn't find it. Throws it away. And Jacksonville's going to be punting.
And see, that's the difference that I'm talking about, though. Brunell knows to throw it away when it gets back. Jack, the young Jake, you know, it got bad. He should have thrown it away on speaking of the interception prior to this. That's a smart play by Mark. There was nothing there.
Chris Sanson into punt. Pro Bowler a year ago. He needs a big boot here. 5 yards deep in his own end zone.
I would say they're about to get great field position, but this kid might kick it 90.
Oh, it's a beauty. Pedaling back, 33-yard line. Smith. Stiff arm, still on his feet at midfield. 58 yards on the kick. 18-yard return. Carolina down 5, but we'll have the football when we come back.
I'm going to show you how.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Warner Brothers' new motion picture, Matchstick Men, and by 1010-987. A rate so low never went so far. 1010-987.
Back at Erickson Stadium, young guys having some fun. 17-12, Jacksonville on the road, up by 5. But it's been a different Carolina team since Jake Delhomme checked in to start the second half. Little movement up front, flags. Could be a free play across the middle, caught by the tight end Mangum. Donovan Darius Beasley on coverage, the strong safety. $13-yard reception for Mangum.
Offside. White defensive end. It's declined. First down.
So Delhomme once again tricking the defensive. It's the second time he's pulled this with the head count and the head bob that is, and the volume, sharp volume on his huts. And pulled him off. Let's see if we can hear it this time.
Pitch, big hole. Davis kind of just floats behind those big linemen, and there's 69. He's going to be around this league a long time. The first-round pick, Jordan Gross. In fact, John Fox believes that one day they may just flip him over to the left tackle spot.
Yeah, the left tackle spot is the place you put your best tackle because it's the blind side of a right-handed quarterback. So that's quite an honor for this rookie, for his coach to say that one day they might flip him to the other side. He's good.
Delhomme across the middle, caught, then dropped. He wanted Muhammad. Hey, let's go back to New York and an update on Houston, Miami. Here's Jim Nance. Jimmy?
All right, Craig, and the stunner so far, the Texans at Miami. Miami has won its last 11 openers and won its last 17 home games in September. This is Corey Bradford going in for the touchdown, and the Texans have added a field goal to lead 15-14 as we start the fourth. And let's go back to the Bowler and Beasley.
All right, thanks, Jim. A lot of pressure on Dave Wannstedt in Miami. They have put together on paper quite a ball club. On paper.
Yeah, well, on paper they look beautiful. The addition of Junior Seau.
Flags. Steve Smith wrapped up, but flags in the backfield.
Men, defense, it's declined. First down.
Jack Del Rio with these mental mistakes.
Yeah, he's going to go off.
It's been a slow burn in the second half.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can figure it out. We need to see if it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow.
How does that happen?
It just happens.
Thank you.
Hey, you know how that happens? One guy too many goes out there.
Jacksonville this quarter, 14 yards. Look at that. Push off. Got it. Touchdown, Muhammad. Unbelievable comeback by Carolina. Two big catches by Muhammad this half. There was contact in the end zone, Beasley. Both officials were on the scene. One looked at the other, and the touchdown signal was given.
Well, the officials were in the perfect position. One was in the end zone to the inside, one along the sideline, so they had good looks at it. Jake did a heck of a job. John Fox pulling the right string, making the change at quarterback, and that's just acrobatic beauty.
And a challenge.
Jacksonville is challenging the ruling on the field, but the pass was a touchdown.
This shot will tell us whether or not the challenge is worthy. Okay, it's a worthy challenge. Part of that ball hit the ground. My experience and my defensive back's heart says that there's a 85% possibility that they overturn this. He doesn't have possession.
Hits the ground.
The ball hits the ground. The other angle really showed the ball hitting the ground, the one we presented you a few minutes ago. See, he's juggling.
Yeah. Difficult from that angle, but the official right on it.
This is the angle, Craig. Not controlled, and it touches the ground right there. The bottom hand slightly comes off of it. I don't know, that's close.
Doug Rosenbaugh, the side judge, had the best look at it. And now Johnny Greer is under the tarp, taking a look.
Let's take one more look. Different angle from the crack crew, CBS crew. Has it, doesn't have it, and
where was the hand, Bees? Was
see that?
I
think that bottom hand came out. Now, from a pure athletic standpoint, I give him the catch. I mean, it was almost a catch. But you know what? Like I said earlier, I'm going to stick with my first statement. My experience and my DB's heart says that his bottom hand came off that ball, and he never had full possession in the end zone. He regathered possession as he slid on the ground.
Jaguars with the challenge.
In the words of Charles Barkley, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Let's see if we can see what Johnny's looking at.
Yeah, he's getting all different angles, and I think the one, this is the good one.
Possession. Where's possession? Do I have control? He has control, but as he's bringing it in, the ground hits his right elbow and pulls it from under the ball. Look, he still doesn't have possession as he's rolling. As he's rolling out, he doesn't have possession.
All right, Johnny Greer will give us the call.
After reviewing the play, the receiver hit the ground in the end zone, lost possession of the ball, and did not regain possession until he was out of the bounds. The pass is incomplete. Jacksonville is not charged for the timeout.
Are up here in Carolina, but the old DB has some good eyes left.
Hey, look, like I said, respecting the athletic beauty of the effort, I would give him the catch. But my old DB's eye and my experience in this business says he never had full possession. The ground actually juggled the right elbow. Watch his right elbow hit the ground. The ground pulls that right elbow, pulls the ball off, pulls the hand off the ball.
No charge timeout given to Jacksonville. Davis runs to the sideline, out of bounds, stops the clock with 6:35 left.
We got a game here, don't we?
Oh, yes. And led by the backup to Rodney Peak. Peak benched in favor of Delhomme.
You know, we spent so much time looking at the catch, the effort. I forgot to mention how nice of a throw that was. Talk about landing up nice and soft into the corner. It's a great throw by Jake.
Rodney Peak looks on. 3rd down 8. Mangum in motion to tight end. Delhomme steps up, throws. Got it! Touchdown! You gotta be kidding. Steve Smith was tied up at the 2-yard line, broke away, and made the catch.
This is a play that is so unfair to the defensive back. Here's what they do, Craig. They're going to go for 2. Here's what they do. If it's a tight coverage, the quarterback will throw it behind the receiver. See, the DB can't see what's happening. So if you throw it behind him, if you throw it a little short, the wide receiver has a better chance at adjusting to the ball. Now, if Steve Smith had gotten a step on the corner, then he would have lobbed it forward over his head and over the left shoulder.
So Smith,
veteran play by the quarterback,
with his first touchdown of 2003, and he beats Jason Kraft. Going for 2. Delhomme fires, incomplete. It's a 1-point lead with 6:10 remaining here in Carolina. It was 17-0 Jacksonville.
I don't even remember that.
Early 3rd quarter.
Do you remember that the first half and parts of the 3rd quarter, Jacksonville was just slapping these guys all around the football field?
Indeed.
Am I the only one up here that remembers this? They just, you bring in Jake. Jake just he flipped the switch. You know, people talk about momentum, but this is it. This is a clear switch, palpable. You can taste it, feel the switch in momentum when this kid came in at quarterback. And now they're jamming in the end zone.
Yeah, a little celebration dance there by Mr. Smith. 3rd year out of Utah. A speedster, 3rd-round pick. Had 54 catches a year ago. Now it's up to Brunell if he can bring Jacksonville back.
I love this because I want to see Mark Brunell respond to the adversity that has been created by excellent play from Carolina.
Hey, Beasley, this is only week 1. Don't you love it? Jermaine Lewis got a head of steam up. Tackled down to the 29-yard line. Jared Cooper makes the special teams tackle. And Tuesdays this fall on CBS, they're a team of special agents whose mission is to investigate crimes in the military. Mark Harmon stars in Navy NCIS, premiering Tuesday, September 23rd, only here on CBS. This crowd, you know what? This is the 12th man in the second half.
Look at this. By half, the difference in Mark Brunell and what he's been allowed to do by the Carolina defense.
Little counter, bull run by Taylor. Gives him some room up to the 35-yard line. A hard run of 5 yards. Greg Favors brought him down.
They're telling the defense to hit him low. You grab Fred Taylor up around the shoulders, he's going to carry you for 2 or 3 yards. He has the perfect blend of abilities as a scat back and a power runner when need be.
Second down and 5. Shotgun for Brunell. They loaded up on the far side. 3 wideouts. Good protection. Brunell lets it fly. Cut! Jermaine Lewis! He's going! Touchdown, Jacksonville!
65 yards on the play. And it looks like Mark Brunell is assembling his offense down there. Maybe they'll go for 2. But I talked about Mark and his offense responding to the challenge. And, man, they did it quickly. In fact, Craig, they might have done it too quickly.
Interesting point. I'm going to make note of that with 5:14 left.
All right,
you're right.
Going for 2 here.
Jacksonville will go for 2. It's been up and down this fourth quarter. Brunell finds Lewis. And Lewis was able to beat the left corner, Terry Cousin. A 23-18 game. So a 2-point conversion would force Carolina to get that touchdown and the extra point to tie. Brunell shotgun. Keeper. No. He did the fake to Taylor, but Carolina's defense stayed at home. Knocked down by Minter.
They said he was the glue of the defense. I love the call, though. Creative play, right? Didn't work. Now, on the touchdown, you know what? I give this touchdown to the offensive line. Look how much time Mark Brunell has to wait, and wait for Lewis to come open. Lewis was covered for a long time, Craig. But you know what? You can only cover a guy for so long.
Lewis with a nice cut back and the touchdown, 65 yards. Brunell, the lefty.
Did you see Mark sitting there? He could have looked at his clock and, just waited for his receiver, and then you don't tackle this guy one-on-one. I mean, he's had 6 return touchdowns. He's one of the most dangerous open field runners in the league.
I'm going to stick with the comment you just mentioned a minute ago about scoring too fast.
Yeah, it could be too fast.
2 plays, 71 yards in 56 seconds. 5:14 remains.
You take a score when you can get them. But they left a lot of time on the clock. A lot of time. You know what, Jake they might write a song about Jake if he pulls them back on top this time.
He's all of a sudden it's folklore.
Yeah, they could write
Charlotte
country and western tunes about Jake DeLong.
Short kick. No. Smart. Unbelievable game this fourth quarter. 43 yards. Darius knocked him out, but a game ball, Beasley, I guarantee you, is going to Rod Smart, number 32 in this game.
This guy has made special teams tackles. He makes a tremendous runner. That's just great block. Look at the special teams blocking, and then 2 great cuts by Rod Smart, a.k.a. He Hate Me, and a beautiful, beautiful run. Look at his field position. We've got a great game going here.
Seth Marler also had to come over and save the touchdown. So Carolina in this back and forth battle in the fourth quarter trails by 5, but will start this drive on the Jacksonville 40-yard line. To the air, caught. They're going to say incomplete. No possession by the tight end Mangum. That stops the clock. 5 minutes left. And next Sunday, the NFL on CBS puts on doubleheader action. First, the Steelers take on the Chiefs. The Jets take on the Dolphins. And in the nightcap, Tom Brady leads the Patriots against the Eagles or the Broncos. Battle the Chargers. Check local listings beginning with Jim, Dion, Dan, and Boomer on the NFL Today.
Yeah, guys look good there, don't they?
Got the casual
nice tight
look.
shots. Yeah, such a handsome dude.
Rodney Peete, his numbers.
They had him on a short leash, that Rodney Peete. They yanked him quick.
Delhomme is
doing good.
Delhomme is 7 of 12 for 77 yards and a pair of touchdowns. I want to welcome those watching Indianapolis and Cleveland. Here in Carolina, Jacksonville and Carolina, and quite a battle.
Holding, 89, offense. Still second down.
The Colts knocking off Cleveland 9-6 in that game. Here it's 23-18. Jack Del Rio, the rookie head coach for Jacksonville. Beasley Reese looked very comfortable with a 17-0 lead. However, it's been all third quarter, all fourth quarter for Carolina until Jacksonville just struck on that long touchdown throw from Brunell to Jermaine Lewis. Jake Delhomme in relief of Rodney Peete. He'll roll out on second down. Steps, fires, intercepted. Aiken Adele, the outside linebacker, with the second pick of Delhomme in the second half.
Well, you live and die with you know, the spark that a young, brash, swashbuckling, yet inexperienced quarterback when it comes to actual starting time. Because in this critical situation, I don't see it. You know, I don't see where he's throwing. You know what I mean? How do you figure you're going to get that in there? 25 was in good position as well for Jacksonville. Fernando Bryant. So he might have made the interception had the linebacker not made it.
Well, the receiver that he wanted was Ricky Prohl. Got to throw it away. Now some clock management here by Jacksonville as Fred Taylor is wrapped up by Morgan. Dan Morgan, former #1 pick out of Miami.
Yeah, that's two throws by Jake that he would love to have back. The first one was horrible. This one was bad based on the situation in which it came. And, you know, I talked earlier about turnovers and what it'll do to a team.
Well, tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. Then it's Without a Trace at a special time, followed by the CBS Sunday Movie Breakdown starring Kurt Russell and Kathleen Quinlan. It's all here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. And, of course, coming after football, the Men's U.S. Open Final. From New York, 4:32 left in this fourth quarter. 23-18 our score. First downs nearly even now after being one-sided by Jacksonville. Brunell 21 of 24, 246, 2 touchdowns. Or if there was any doubt about Brunell and his ability, it's been washed away today. Steps back to throw in the pocket, forced out, and is dropped at the 46-yard line.
That's another smart play, and that's what I'm talking about when I was talking about Jake Delhomme making those decisions. You know, Mark has got the lead in the game, 4 minutes left. Don't throw anything up. Allow yourself to be tackled. The last thing he's going to do is put this ball in the air if he doesn't like what he's seeing. That's where experience comes in. Jake Delhomme should have thrown the last ball at a cheerleader.
Michael Rucker now with 3 sacks in this game, had 10 a year ago. From the shotgun, third down 11. Brunell pumps, throws, incomplete. Off the fingertips of Taylor. And that brings up fourth down, which means Beasley, Carolina still alive with 3:52 on the clock.
Well, with these return men, with Steve Smith, that's big Mike Rucker with 6 tackles and put on a heck of a show today. But with these return men, Steve Smith, in this case for Carolina, there's no telling what might happen. We have seen everything. A block kick, crazy interceptions, long runs.
Safety.
Safety.
Steve Smith, also dangerous, nearly blocked, but a fine punt by Hansen. Smith at the 9. Breaks the tackle. Smith turns the corner. Watch out, 20. Smith at the 30. Smith at the 40. At the 45-yard line. And guess who made the tackle? Hansen, the punter.
This is madness. How could you put a highlight reel together on this football game?
Well, you need 5 minutes.
You do it?
You need 5 minutes.
You couldn't do it at a local sportscast.
44-yard punt and a 37-yard return.
Well, you want to see some moves? Now, look, you know what? If you get vertigo easily, don't watch this. You stop, change direction, bounce out, outrun a linebacker, and then, look, he's not satisfied. He actually tried to step inside here. These guys are amazing. Great returners we've seen today.
23-18 Jacksonville. 3:34 left. First down and 10. Pitch Davis. Finds a crease. Nice yardage on first down behind Todd Stussy, Jeff Mitchell and company. Two-time Pro Bowler right there. Davis in 99 and 2000.
Trust me, they are talking to Jake Delhomme. Stephen Davis with 100 yards rushing in his debut with Carolina. His return home. Mother here. Friends here. Great job.
He averaged 5 yards a carry in the preseason, and that's what he's done today.
Yeah, right on his average.
Close to a first down. Short by about a yard. Under 3 minutes. Clock runs as you look at the rookie head coach. Amazing that a year ago he's on the Carolina sideline putting together the second best defense in the National Football League. Now gets his chance as a head coach.
And then back against his old boss.
You know what he told us
John
yesterday?
Fox.
It's fun to play against my friends.
And it is. You better believe it is. He wants to beat John so bad, and John wants to beat him so bad.
Keeper. Delhomme just kind of followed James and Stussy off the left side. Coming close to the 2-minute warning.
Well, this is decision time. You know, the decisions made by this quarterback will make or break the outcome.
2 minutes left. Jacksonville trying to hang on. Up 23-18. 2 minutes left here in Carolina. 23-18 Jacksonville. Let's pick this game up, Beasley, when it was 17-10. We talked about so many things happening. Well, here's a safety.
Keith Smart with a block. Punter smart enough to kick it out of a touchdown.
That makes it 17-12. We'll get back to it here momentarily as Delhomme pedals back. 5-step drop, throws across the middle. And it's Steve Smith. He'll go down around the 33-yard line. First down for Carolina. But after the safety, it was just bombs away by both quarterbacks. Steve Smith caught a long pass from Delhomme, and then Brunell answered back to Jermaine Lewis. And it's 23-18. Clock hitting the 1:30 mark. Delhomme again. They throw underneath. Foster. Oh, hook a shot. Was he down?
What a shot. Oh, my goodness. That's a dangerous shot.
Now the official on the scene. Down was Deshaun Foster. Well, he's still rattled.
I can't believe he got up from that.
I don't either.
Man.
Timeout. What day is it?
Yeah,
Deshaun Foster.
He's got to try to shake that one off. Look at the end of this play.
Oh.
Just catches him in the air, right in the shoulder pad and neck, and then even on that knee that he hurt, you know, that's very dangerous for him to be up in the air like that. So Deshaun is very fortunate.
Beasley, you know who hit him was Donovan Darius, and I mean he's big. He's around 220. He's just an extra linebacker.
Well,
for Jacksonville's D.
He's one of the biggest and most aggressive DBs in the National Football League.
Second down 2. 1:16 remaining. Opening week around the National Football League. Carolina roaring back. Can they punch it in one more time? Delhomme fires. Incomplete. Boy, what a collision there. Keith Mitchell on coverage for Jacksonville.
Well, that's the first throw that Jake Delhomme has tried in this series, this critical time, to get it down the field. He's been taking the crossing routes and that type of thing, which is a safer throw.
Beasley, let me check the timeout. You just saw 2 for Jacksonville if needed. Carolina down to 1. Rodney Peete started this game, replaced by Jake Delhomme. 5 years out of Louisiana Lafayette. Big third down. They're going to pitch. Davis, third effort. Close. Very close.
You got to love that effort.
Well, he was stopped. He was stopped. They're going to move the chains.
You would say that there's no way he's going to make this one.
No huddle.
That's great effort.
Delhomme under a minute. Steps up. Throws. Complete. The tight end Mangum. They're going to have to use their final timeout. Going to spike it. First down by a half a yard. Well, look how calm Delhomme is.
That was the old fake spike play by Jake. He was hit down just as it came out.
29 ticks left. Did I say this is week 1?
Yeah, this is week 1. We got 2 or 3 players sprawled out on the field right now.
There is no infraction on the play. The play was ruled a fumble, not a pass. Recovery by the offensive team. Second down.
How about that? Ruled a fumble, but recovered by Carolina. .29 seconds remain. Second down from the 12. Delhomme throws. It's caught. Out of bounds goes Goings, the fullback. Now, this guy was quite a receiver in college, used mostly in situations just like this.
Well, that's the way they've used him today. He's come in with the third down package, the passing package. This is obviously that hurry-up offense, 2-minute drill package. That's a good pattern.
Carolina with a timeout. 2 for Jacksonville, 25 seconds left.
Jake's got to make great decisions here. Throw it away if you don't like it.
Third down and 6. Goings in motion. Movement. Now a late flag, and it's going to stop play. They're waving it off. Delhomme throws.
That's the third time that his bark at the line of scrimmage, his vocal calls,
Prior to the snap, false start, number 86.
This time they're calling it on the offense.
Well, the hut. This time he caught his own teammates. Right side of the screen. Was that Mangum? Just enough, just moved his right foot.
There wasn't much there.
Third down 11, 25 seconds left. 23-18 Jacksonville. Try to win on the road in week 1. Delhomme under center. 3-step drop, throws, nearly intercepted. That brings up fourth down, 22 ticks on the clock.
You know, I've been in these situations as a defensive player. You're tight, but you have to be loose. You know, you want to be aggressive, but over-aggression could cause you to misplay something. So there's a very delicate balance of approach here in this situation. This is it right here.
Right here. Fourth down. A first down. They need to get just inside the 2-yard line. Or hit pay dirt. 22 ticks on the clock. Delhomme. Good protection. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Ricky Prohl.
Carolina.
Down 17-0. Carolina has come back to take a 24-23 lead. The extra point still to come. In shock is that man, Jack Del Rio. You know, he told us yesterday, I helped build this monster.
I know what I'm facing is what he said. But the cornerback's in perfect position here. I don't understand. It looked like he slipped just as the ball was coming toward him. Look at the celebration on the bench. Delhomme, you know, they will write a song about this guy in Carolina after this performance. He comes in and ignites a football team.
Ricky Prohl, 14-year veteran out of Wake Forest, picked up as an unrestricted free agent. He's been around this league with the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Bears, the Rams, and now the Panthers. What a touchdown catch. 47 career touchdowns for Prohl. Carolina will go for 2. Goings did not have much room, so it's a 1-point game, 16 seconds left. Beasley, I don't know if I've seen a better performance, and Delhomme had the 2 picks, but he's also played big in those pressure moments.
He's thrown
in relief of Pete.
Absolutely. He threw 2 big-time throws, tight coverage in the big spot, and this is certainly one of them. Jason Kraft runs under this ball. I'm thinking that he's going to pick it off, and I don't know why he jumped in the air or it looked like he lost his footing, but at any rate, the ball was just over his outstretched hand. Looking around to make sure there's no flag, no problem. Jake.
12 plays, 54 yards. It took 3 minutes and 18 seconds. And a 12-yard touchdown throw and a beauty, a catch by Ricky Prohl.
Ricky Prohl made a catch for the Rams that sent them to the Super Bowl. He's a big-time player.
Tofield. Want to welcome those watching the Denver-Cincinnati game. Broncos winning this afternoon in the opener. 10 seconds remain here in Carolina. What a wild second half as the Panthers, down 17, have taken a 24-23 lead.
Jake Delhomme with a beautiful throw to Ricky Prohl. High just over the outstretched hand. Now 10 seconds left. Mark Brunell has got to get one long pass. They have 2 timeouts, but he's got to get one downfield and time for the kicker to get out there.
Brunell shotgun. 3-step drop. Fires a dart. Complete at midfield. 2 seconds.
That's big. That's the one long throw that he needed.
Jacksonville, number 2.
And
please
now I
reset
guess
the
they
game
have to
clock
try
to 4 seconds.
Well, this would be...
What did he say? He said put 2 more seconds on? Yeah.
Right inside the 50-yard line at the 49 of Carolina. Well, they need a Hail Mary, and last December, let's roll the calendar back to December 8th at Alltel Stadium. Browns, Tim Couch stunning Jacksonville, last-second heave. Quincy Morgan, who somehow slipped past 2 defenders for the go-ahead. Cleveland won that game 21-20.
Well, it's possible. It happens, and it's one of the most exciting plays in football. It will be the final throw of this game. So Mark will throw it up high. There's only one trick I've seen off of this, and that's where they try to slip a guy to the backside of where they bunch the receivers for the Hail Mary.
And Beasley, Carolina has dropped back 2 defenders inside the 15-yard line. 4 ticks left. Brunell with one last heave. Sideline. Caught. 1 second left.
That's incredible.
Matthew Hatchett.
They fooled everybody. They fooled everybody in the stadium. Everybody expecting the Hail Mary and they throw one of those behind the receiver plays where he can fall right out of bounds.
Well, here comes a rookie, Seth Marler from Tulane, free agent signing this season. He was perfect in the preseason. His longest in preseason was 55. This will be 55 yards for the win. It was blocked. Del Rio and John Fox shaking hands at midfield. Unbelievable second half comeback.
Let's take another look at the block. You see the pressure from up front. Really, these guys just collapsed everywhere. The entire right side. Mentor came through. Chris Jenkins, their Pro Bowl defensive tackle, came through. I tell you what, that was a half-hearted effort by the offensive blockers of Jacksonville. They collapsed the inside right side, entire right side of that line. You know what? The celebration on the field and the celebration in the stands is like a playoff game. These guys came into the league together, awarded franchises in '93, started playing in '95 together.
10 years ago, both cities awarded NFL franchises.
They both took different directions as to how to build a team. Carolina with early success. Look at the right side just collapsing. I mean, you would think that this is crunch time. This is the moment. And you would get a wall, and especially you got a rookie kicker. It seems like everybody would be saying, okay, guys, this guy's a rookie. Let's no interference, no disturbance in his face. That's a true special teams failure.
Delhomme, the MVP, leading back that second half as he found Ricky Prohl for what turned out to be the game winner.
Hey, Jake's game was not quiet. It was loud. It was 2 big, crazy interceptions, 3 beautiful touchdowns. I mean, this guy came in and turned the franchise around.
Well, Beasley, he could easily dethrone Rodney Peete at quarterback here in Carolina, and I'm thinking Brunell said, hey, you know what? We're okay. For Beasley Reese, this is Craig Bolerjack saying so long from Carolina. The final score. Unbelievable comeback. Carolina wins it. And coming up next, the U.S. Open reaches its conclusion when Juan Carlos Ferrero meets Andy Roddick in the men's final. Stand by for the NFL Today with Jim Nantz.